Okay, at least the microphone's working today. Okay, so what's going on? I am trying to update my graphic driver because my computer screen has been flickering a lot lately and blacking out, and that means I can't see what I'm supposed to be reading quite a bit, and it's become a lot more frequent and a lot more. It's been happening more frequently and a lot more successive and excessive, and I can't stand it anymore. And I don't want to get a new computer monitor, uh, you know. So I'm really hoping that by updating the graphic driver that that will fix it. So just give me a few more minutes. Okay, so it should be done soon now. Where'd it go? Yeah, it should be done soon. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, just give me a second. Okay, so we're at the stage where it's installing, so we're just gonna give that a few minutes while I talk for an amount of time. So normally I don't stream myself reading Homestuck this early in the morning. I usually stream a bit later in the afternoon. Well, not later in the afternoon, just early in the afternoon, actually. I usually start, well, I guess maybe not early exactly. Early would be 12:30. I started streaming at 1:30, but then I actually started reading at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That sort of became my routine, but I can't do that today because my plan is to go watch The Amazing Digital Circus in the cinema this afternoon. I was supposed to see it yesterday. Originally, I was, but then I realized that actually I was gonna go see a play yesterday afternoon. I realized that I had accidentally booked them both at the same time. Because when I went to book the play, I decided to go with the cheapest option available on the day that I had off, which, for me, Saturday's a day off for me. Didn't normally used to be my day off, but so I decided, okay, I'll go see A Midsummer Night's Dream somewhere in Sydney. Kensington is where I went, and yeah, that was the cheapest one, and which was at 1 o'clock, and I definitely would not have had time to see the Amazing Digital Circus yesterday. Yeah, so I'm seeing it this afternoon instead, and it's going to be great. I've YouTube has been recommending me videos to talking about the Amazing Digital Circus. and I've been avoiding that because I don't want to be spoiled, obviously. And I knew that the temptation was going to be big to check it out, especially with all these leaks that kept happening. And I've been trying so hard to avoid every single spoiler. I just want to see it for myself in the cinema. Like, yeah. Um, so so I'll be able to talk about that probably next week. I might, yeah, I'll probably talk about it next week when I start reading Homestuck again at my normal times. And let's see, what else have I been seeing in the cinema? I saw Obsession. I loved Obsession. It was great. Uh, I loved it so much that I saw it twice, but I actually really. Oh, what's going on? What just happened? Sorry, let me just check in on something. Wait, what the heck happened? Um, that's weird. I don't. Was that always up there? What happened to the chat? All right, just yeah. What happened? Why is the screen black there? What is going on? Okay. Now it's back, I guess. Okay. Okay. That was weird. Hmm. Let me just go check in on something. Okay, I honestly have no idea. I have no idea if my if anything got updated at all. Like I know something got installed. I don't know if the graphic driver has been updated. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know how anything works. It's very annoying. I've decided to give up, but at the moment, the screen isn't flickering too much, which is good. That's the main thing that I wanted. Um, yeah, and the screens, but I can't tell if it's because I updated the driver or not, or if it's because I replugged the HDMI cables, which I've done 3 times this morning. So I don't know if one of those, I don't know which one worked, and for how long it will work. But hopefully one of them worked, because I don't want to get a new computer monitor if it's not necessary. And also, I just want to apologize about last week where I kept the stream. I just had a lot of technical difficulties last week, and then I had to stop the stream, and then I had to stop the stream, and then I did start the stream again, and then I thought that that my stream had stopped again, and it was just really unfortunate. And I realized that it hadn't actually stopped, and so even after I stopped the stream, I just was like, I thought, yeah, I didn't. I thought something went wrong with the stream, and I apologize to anyone who was watching that. So yeah, it just didn't turn out the way that I wanted. Yeah, in terms of other stuff that's been going on, I actually had a dream. It's funny that this particular that the next page is going to be called, no, this page itself is called Nap Time, because I had a dream this week that I finished Homestuck. I don't remember what I read. I just remember feeling really great when it was over. So I was just like, yes, I finished a great story. It was one of those sort of feelings, and that was nice. It was a nice dream. And it was kind of one of those things where like I was basically dreaming of that sense you get when you've come to the end of an era. That's what I experienced in the dream. The sense of an era ending and figuring out what was going to come next, and like, is there something else I could, figuring out, like, am I going to read the other Andrew Hussey stories, or am I going to go find something else that is worth reading online. I think I have been thinking about, what would be the next story that I would read. And I think what I would read is, once I'm done with Homestuck, I'm probably going to start reading. Well, I suppose I could start reading it now, actually, because a while ago I was reading One Piece. I was reading One Piece and I was really liking it, but then I stopped and I can't remember where I was up to. So if I get back into One Piece, I'm probably going to want to read it from the beginning, because it wasn't too far in where I couldn't handle that. But I'd like to read One Piece. Unfortunately, with One Piece, it's a little difficult to read One Piece on stream, because it's, the manga is copyrighted, and I know that um sometimes these places, sometimes places, they how do I say this, they they know how to detect what you're reading. The manga companies know how to detect what you're reading on YouTube. So if I ever did uh read One Piece on stream, it's probably going to be over on Twitch exclusively, and I would never publish the VODs. I would have to archive the VODs somewhere, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but that's probably how I would do it. And because I would like to, you know, do it that way, I'd like to do it that way. I don't, though. Even then, like, I think you can still get copy. I think you can still. It's not even being copyright claimed is the problem. Is what I'm concerned about. It's the fact that I don't want to get suspended, or worse, banned from Twitch. I don't want to get I don't want to get permanently banned from Twitch. That would suck. So yeah, just checking the stream. Yeah, so unfortunately, I did have a feeling that there wouldn't be a lot of people here at this particular time, because it's earlier than when I normally stream, unfortunately. So yeah. Um, but I should probably start reading Homestuck now. Even though no one's here, I should just keep doing it, and that way there'll be a nice little surprise for people if they wanna see something in particular for me to react to in in this next part of the story. I'm probably going to read for approximately an hour, and then I'm going to have, I don't know, I'll probably have to have some lunch. I'll have to eat something. Maybe have another coffee. It's freezing cold, by the way, today. I almost couldn't get out of bed because it was so cold, but I was like, no, I need to read Homestuck. I said I was going to read Homestuck today, and I'm going to read Homestuck today. And uh, yeah, and then I think a little bit later I might play a quick game of Baldur's Gate 3 where I'm just going to do the swamp and the shadow druids, because it won't take too long. I think I'll have just enough time for that this afternoon before I have to go to the cinema to I don't have to go to the cinema, but I have to go to the cinema at the same time. I got to go to the cinema and see The Amazing Digital Circus. Oh yeah, I didn't finish talking about movies. Movies. I saw Obsession. I loved it so much. Like, the first night, it was great. I loved it, and then I loved it so much that I had to see it again a second night. Immediately the next night, I watched it again, and I really, because I had a free ticket, so I thought, because I was thinking, like, do I want to watch The Back Rooms or do I want to watch Obsession again? And I was like, well, I've got The Back Rooms on YouTube. I can just watch that if that's what I want. Because I've sort of, I've been unsure about whether or not seeing The Back Rooms is worth it. And honestly, at this stage, I probably will go see it because it seems like it would. It's because I feel like I have to know. I have to know how good it is or how not good it is. I'm very curious to see like where I will fall into it. But I decided to see Obsession for my free movie, and unfortunately, it was kind of ruined by just bad behavior from the audience. So pretty much every time I missed out on seeing Obsession the first couple of weekends because it was just completely booked out. It was just completely booked out, and I couldn't see it because it was just totally booked out. And when I went to see it the first night, Obsession was also packed. It was packed full of people. I was there, and there was other people there, and it was just packed. And everyone was well behaved. The second night, once again, completely packed, and just somebody, okay, there was like, people would laugh when it was supposed to be scary, and that kind of ruined the experience. Like, it was, like, there were some gasps, like, see, the first night, nobody laughed. People, like, were happy once the movie was over. Like, the first night, everyone was like, oh, that man, that was so good, and like there was like big smiles on everybody's faces. Everyone's happy after they see a good horror movie. After they see it, it was funny because I saw these couples because they were like, they went to go in to either hold hands or go in for a hug, and then they just kind of like withdrew because they're like, I don't want to be touched right now because because it's one of those movies. And then eventually they kind of like got back into it. Like once they got a little further away from the horror cinema, once they got closer to the parking lot. Um, yes, but then when I went, so yeah, people were, but on the second night, people were laughing, and there was a guy in the back saying, "It's not funny. It's not funny." He kept saying, "It's not funny," and I agree with that guy. It's not funny, but he's kind of not helping. He's not. He wasn't like him vocalizing, projecting. It's not funny. Wasn't helping. And then another guy down the. People kept walking in, like halfway through the movie, and it's like if the movie's halfway done, why the fuck are you showing up? Like I would never show up to a movie when it's halfway done. I would never do that. I would just be like, ah, fuck, I missed out on that. Like, I didn't see the movie. Like, I know I booked a movie to see. I remember I booked myself in to see Killers of the Flower Moon, and I realized that I'd forgotten about it and that the movie was halfway done. I didn't go to the cinema. I was just like, nah, it's not worth it because I've missed the setup for it. I don't. And another guy like came in 10 minutes into the movie and said, "Has anyone died?" And everyone said no, but someone had died at that point. I'm not going to say who it was, but 10 minutes in, a dying did happen. That's a and there was another guy like down the front somewhere who yelled out the R word, and I was very annoyed by it. And it was like that was like unnecessary. And I don't know why he said the main character was the R word because like there's nothing about that character like if he said incel I would understand, but I would still be annoyed about the fact that he yelled out during the movie just to be a smartass. But the absolute worst thing that happened during my second watch of Obsession was the fact that right in front of me, the row that was in front of me, there was a couple with their toddler. This is an R-rated movie. Big there's like an extremely violent movie. There's sex, there's swearing, there's like it's scary as fuck, and the kid was crying. The kid started to cry at some point during the really scary part. And I was like, why? First of all, and I thought maybe the parents made a mistake. Maybe they came into the wrong cinema. Maybe they didn't know. But I thought it would be interesting to see them leave once they realized what kind of movie it was. I was expecting them to realize the mistake that they made. They did not do that. They just stayed. They stayed and kept their crying kid in the cinema, and that's what ruined the movie for me. Was that they and every now and then the kid would calm down and would, you know, like I remember one time I can understand bringing. I went to see years ago. I saw one of the Dragon Ball movies in the cinema, and there was a big family there, and I can understand taking your kids to see a Dragon Ball movie. One of their kids just kept crying for a bit, and they tried to like get him to calm down, but then after 5 minutes they gave up and they were like, okay, fine, let's go. So they left. They just left and the kid was crying because it was a toddler, and the toddler was not coping with the big explosive um opening of that particular Dragon Ball movie. And it's like, yeah, it's understandable that that kid might not like it, but it's also understandable why the parents would have thought that the kid would have liked it. Like, it's hard to say with kids. Some kids don't cope with the movies. They don't cope. I was not one of those kids personally, but you know, I and like the parents in this particular case, the parents should have left, but also to begin with, the parents should have had a babysitter for their kid. They should have had a babysitter. They should have left their kid with family, somebody, not bring your kid to the cinema. And I don't understand why they were allowed to bring their toddler in because there was I don't I don't understand how that's a thing. And I don't want to make a thing about it to somebody like, hey, don't let your because I don't want to because anyways. So people are stupid, and I don't like them. And it looks like we've got some people lurking on the YouTube stream, so that's nice. Hello there. I don't think yeah. So you're allowed. Thank you for being here. So that was my watching that was my experience watching Obsession. First time was great. Second time was shit. It wasn't the movie's fault at all. It was just the people that were there. Yeah. Damn, my coffee's not quite cold, but it's getting cold, so I should probably chug this. And another movie I watched was Birthright, and it's basically an Australian housing crisis horror movie, and it was very good. It's very symbolic. It's very absurd, and I don't know. It's sad as well. Like, it's very stressful to watch. Um, I have some. I don't want to talk about the ending just because it's not a very well known film at this point. I'm just gonna. But yeah, the ending. I guess I have some conflicting feelings about the conclusion it came to. And I don't think its dialogue quite was like it was clearly trying to be a commentary on things, but like I feel like the commentary wasn't I feel like it could have had a bit more substance to it. Cause like for example, like it doesn't talk it's not direct enough about like what kind of advantages the parents in the movie have versus the millennial characters. Because for example, the guy sort of criticizes. So, for example, okay, that the older characters in the movie, they're from a time when they would have been able to go to university for free. They wouldn't have had a hex debt like what millennials who went to university would have today. And what else? So, and then there's like, and the guy, like, he sort of like, gets angry at his son because he's like, my dad gave me $10,000 and he gave me $10,000 and look what I did with it. I gave you $10,000 and look what you did with it. And like, there is, and like, and the guy was like, well, okay, so basically, what the guy did with the $10,000 was that, he went to he went to art school and then went and traveled the world, I guess. But the thing is, like, when he went to university, he would have had to pay for, he would have gotten a hex debt, and he decided to use that money to also study overseas. But the thing is, like, he probably did that thinking that it would lead somewhere. It would, but there wasn't any opportunities all that led to. And like, he agrees with his dad, like, oh yeah, I should have used that money to buy a house. But the thing is, first of all, $10,000 today it's not worth the same amount as $10,000 was to that guy when he got the $10,000. Like $10,000 is worth completely different at different times. And that's something that isn't brought up, and I wish it had been brought up. There's a few things I just wish had been brought up, but also land and housing wasn't as expensive as it is today, or as it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, things were still much more expensive than it was 30, 40 years ago. And stuff like that's not brought up. I feel like the advantages that the older generation has is not really brought up enough in the movie. And, I think, and considering how vitriolic the movie becomes over time, I'm surprised that they weren't brought up. And basically, yeah. So I would have liked that. Let me just go check the Twitch chat. Let's see. It doesn't look like we have anyone on the Twitch chat today. That's okay. But yeah, I think it's time for me to start reading Homestuck. Alright, so Vriska's put Dave to bed. Oh, is this a game? Oh, wait, no, it's not a game. Hang on. Okay, so this is not interactive. It doesn't look like. No, it's not. It just looks interactive. Dave Sprite Defend. Yeah, this is a nice picture. I love this. This is great. This is an awesome picture. Just a second, hang on. we go. I don't know what's going on there. Alright. Core, motherfuckers. Jack, examine. Oh, Jack's back? I was wondering about Jack. I've been wondering about Jack for a while. He's back. He's back. Look, he's melting. What's happening? What happened to Jack? I forgot what happened to Jack. I was just remembering sometime this week that who Jack was and thinking that I wanted to see what happened to him. And I was trying to remember if he died or not, but where has he been this whole time? Has he been inside Dave's dream world or something? And what was the significance of this ring? It's been so long that I've forgotten what the significance of this was. Anyways, he's about to touch the sword. So, oh, something's happening. Oh, what's happening? This is really immediately exciting so far, considering Dave just fell asleep. So he's pulled the sword out of the music. Oh, we're about to get an animation. Yes, Jade, wake up. Jade's finally... Oh, Jade's not dead. What's gonna happen? I like it. Yeah, I'm not surprised she listens to the Chipmunks. Okay, we got a short one that time. But she's okay, I guess. Oh wait, it's not over. So Dave is entering her world. So I'm guessing that was Dream Jade and she's not dead. This is really trippy. Wait, she's here as well? That's the fairy? Whoa! I really like that effect on their eyes. What's happening? What's going on? Was that the end? That's not the end, is it? Oh, wait, that was the end. So I'm just going to replay that because I need to get a recording of that for reasons. I think I'll just, let's see, right here. That way I can finally update stuff. And maybe I can glean a bit more memory, glean a bit more meaning from it. So okay. Stop. Okay, so I guess she, so did she finally wake up inside her own dream or what? What was that? I'm confused. I'm slightly confused, but I guess you can wake up inside your own dream. Guess that's a thing. Or was she dreaming inside her own dream and now she's woken up from that dream within the dream, or has she fallen asleep and woken up inside the dream within a dream? Is that what's going on? Let's find out. You suddenly understand jack shit. Where are you? What just happened? Oh, great, now someone's bothering. Boy, are you not in the mood for getting trolled now. Jade, answer. So she's getting trolled and she's not up for it. And this is Cuttlefish Color. I remember that guy. Glub glub. What? See what? Go away. I told you there is nothing to worry about at all. Wait, is Cuttlefish Color? Which one is that? Let me get my guide up. My troll guide. Not trill, troll. Let's have a look here. Once again, thank you to that person who came up with the troll guide. I've actually used it quite a bit. It's come in a lot more handy than I would have realized, and I would never have been able to. I would never have known how to find this otherwise. Ah, come on! Why is this not loading? Ah. Homestuck troll guide. Come on, open up. Open up. Well, it's usually helpful when it's open, but I guess today it's not going to open, so I'm going to have to look it up myself. Cuttlefish color. Okay, so that is for fairy. Okay. And she was dancing with her in the dream, which means, what does that mean? There is nothing to worry about at all. Blah, what are you talking about? My head hurts. Just stop it. Stop trolling me. I hate you all. Holy mackerel. Looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the absurd human bed. What does that say? Chill out, Jade. I am just following up on what I told you earlier. About what? I don't remember talking to you at all. About your dream. Your post-dream deaths. Your post-dream death dream self's dream. Someone needs to explain what that is to me. Which is a term I just made up now. Okay. Oh well. My dream was horrible. I don't know what that was. I have never dreamed anything like it. Yes, I imagine not. You have spent your whole life dreaming about Prospect, no? Oh god, Prospect. Is it really gone? Yes, Jade. It is time to face the facts. Our moons are gone too. If we wish to sleep now, our dreams must take place in the bubbles glubbed by the gods who live in the furthest ring. It is the infinite space which divides all sessions completely unnavigable, and unfathomable, untouched by the time or space of any universe in existence. Its lords are our slumber buddies now. Don't be ridiculous. They are not as dreadful as they look. In fact, they are quite helpful if you know how to talk to them. Don't you remember our dream? I was trying to show you that there is not a thing to hear. And then you kind of freaked out. Humans are so melodramatic. Oh, that was you? Hell yeah. Sorry, but could you please not use all those stupid parentheses? Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, Jade, about that. I can hardly read what you type and it's giving me a migraine. Glub. Oh, fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping that. I appreciate that a lot. I will suspend my Nito quirk just for you. I hereby renounce the royal mark of sea dweller supremacy in the interest of interspecies diplomacy. What about the E thing? Oh, well, that doesn't matter. Can you stop that too? I wouldn't go that far. I just want the stupid bracket thing to stop with the as the H replacement. I'm okay with that, but maybe though I suppose Jade just died. So, anyways, it is also annoying and stupid. Well, it is annoying and it is stupid, but it's also kind of not stupid. Look, oh, hang on. Jiggers, Jade. Look, it is like a cool trident I throw sometimes. Okay. Woo. E. How is that not awesome? Meh. Okay, you win. I have officially humbled myself before you, entirely glubbing peasant-ification for your pleasure. Shall I clip my fins for you as well, your majesty? Okay, sorry for sounding bossy. You seem pretty nice, and yeah, that she does seem like one of the nicer ones. You seem pretty nice, and you sure do look exotic. I kind of always thought you were all like a bunch of really obnoxious humans. Well, thank you on both counts of being likened to something other than an obnoxious human, as well as on my exotic looks. For the record, you look pretty awesomely weird too. I introduced myself before, but since you do not remember, I will do so now. My name is Feferi, and I was going to be the Empress, but now I am not. Hey Feferi, I would like to remember, but everything is so foggy right now. I remember Prospect being attacked and falling, and I don't know. Do you know what happened? Hell if I know. In your pre-death dream, at least. Pre-death dream. Pre-death dream. Okay. Oh, well, you died, obviously, so there's that. I do remember that. Yeah, I gathered that. All I could see was what happened in your hive. You were asleep, and then your robot exploded. And then your Lucis saved you, kind of like mine saved me before she died. Oh, this sad face. Oh, I do remember you. I remember you were talking to me about my Lucis, and I had no idea what you were talking about, and still sort of don't. But you must mean Beck. Oh, yeah, Beck. Also, it was shortly before your friend sent me a weird message. I haven't seen Beck for ages. About how my robot was going to explode and I should talk to him when it happens. This was months ago. Wait, months have passed? Okay. I don't. How much time has passed in trying to figure out someone needs to. Someone needs to send me a timeline, a Homestuck timeline, but like one without spoilers. Yeah. About her. Oh, who was that? It was the most awful and angry one. I am so sick of him. Oh yeah, Carcat. I really don't want to talk to that pathetic jerk ever. Ah, Carcat, of course. That's his name? Yes, he's our leader. Why did he want to talk why did he want to talk why did he want you to talk to him? That's right. It was about some kind of plan which he said which he said me from the future told him about. That sounds about right. I thought it was total nonsense at the time, but I guess he was telling the truth. So maybe I should talk to him? I don't know. Glub shrug. Glub shrug. I like that. He's pretty harmless, really. You get used to his yelling. I do not even process it as yelling anymore. More like a lot of blubbering. More blubber spills out of that mouth than a gash in a poached whale. Ew. Yeah, I agree with that. That's pretty much my natural reaction to that sentence. Glub. I just made myself hungry. Ew. Fish aliens are weird. Hey, where are the aristocracy? We've got a duty to be weird. Anyway, go talk to your short friend, I guess. Okay, Fairy, it was nice talking to you. And hey, if you want to take another nap sometime, let me know. They will be more than they will be more than happy to glub us another bubble. Okay, so they were in the same dream bubble together. No, I am never going to sleep again. Well, you don't have much of a choice in the matter, Jade. Never, 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 never. Psh, we'll see about that, Miss Hornless McFinless. Why, if I'm not mistaken, you are looking a little drowsy right now. We may meet again sooner than you think. Smiley face. Yes, I'm so tired. Well, okay. Bye. Jade, Pestakaka. Oh my god, I never thought I'd read that before. I never thought that was going to happen. Look how annoyed she is. I love that. She's just like, I have died and I am not in the mood. I just got to put my phone on charge. Just a sec. Where's my phone charger? There it is. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. Oh yeah, so with Fairy, I've been meaning to tell my friend about more about Homestuck, but he's busy at the moment. We barely got. I told him I wouldn't be able to catch up this weekend, and I know that he was working yesterday, and it's supposed to be the long weekend, so uh, we want to play video games again, but he wants to play DOS 2 with me, and he said just play a bit of it and then we can play it together. And I said that I would actually like to finish DOS 2 before we play it together. Because I have a thing about wanting to finish things, not just starting things, but oh well. Um, so here we go. Car cat time. This is unreal to read. Garden Gnostic began pestering carcinogeneticist. Geneticist. Excuse me. Okay, my robot exploded. Now what, smart guy? Holy shit, it's Harley! Communicating with me out of nowhere. That's not how he talks, but that's just how I decided to talk all of a sudden. Of her own volition. Hold that thought while I go inform my disgrace of a clown friend about this true, real life miracle. It might lift his spirits. Oh, yeah, because he's like pissed off because he found out his entire identity is based on the insane clown posse. I think that's what they call ICP. That's how that sounds right. I have to spread the wicked word while like I'm massaging shitty sparkle dust around my nether regions to assuage my vicious rash. It's like this is way too much information. This is oh my god. It's like I'm seasoning a fucking steak here. That was way too graphic. That was just that was just that was a very sometimes Homestuck when I'm reading it and because I'm reading it out loud, I'm being forced to say things out loud that are so horrible out of context. I knew I would regret this. Talking to you is so terrible. It's making my headache worse. Oh, yeah, because talking to you has just been absolute euphoria. Don't even talk to me about headaches. Right now, there's a lumberjack splitting wood on my think pan. He's got the forearms of a coal bear, a mountain of logs, and nothing but fucking time. Ah, shut up. Will you just tell me what you wanted? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't tell you to contact me. Not that I'm not tickled by the surprise. Let's catch up. How is everything? How was your dream nap? Sorry, death nap. I can only hope it was as refreshing as mine. What's that? How am I? I'm great. feel like a million boon banks ever since my little power snooze. Still pretty tired though. You look a little drowsy yourself, but we won't be going back to sleep anytime soon. Will we, Jade? No, no way. A pair of feisty. My God, he never shuts the fuck up. No way. A pair of feisty go getters like you and me. We don't. This. He did. It's weird because like I feel like this isn't how he normally talks. I don't think this is how he normally talks, but if he is talking like this, then I would assume he's being sarcastic, but I don't normally associate him with being sarcastic. He's usually just brutally honest. Yeah, and is annoying. We don't have time for dreams of horror terrors fondling every recess of our naked psyches. What the fuck? Okay, this is Carcat. Pleasant though they are. What? You have a lot of important, useless scampering and giggling to do, whereas I have a crucial date with the uh, pneumatic, I don't know how to pronounce that. Pneumatic drill to bore a hole in the center of my forehead deep into the plump anguish bladder which stores my alien dismay fluid. That's a real thing we have, FYI. I will then reform a little soft shoe number in the puddle of fluid that accumulates on the floor while making the biggest smile ever attempted by someone not clinically. That. I will do this for your amusement, Jade, to say thanks for everything. I can't believe I fell for this. It was just a setup to troll me some more. Why do you go to such lengths to troll me? I just don't understand it. Try to be culturally sensitive. Trolling is an activity that shares a name with my entire species. Do I get on your case for all the terrible humaning you do? That's ridiculous. Humaning isn't a word. Well, you know what he means though, right? And if it was, it would be a nicer thing to do than trolling. You know what I mean. Stop pretending you don't. Tell me, Jade, why are you such a racist? Oh, we're going there, okay? Ah, that is something a troll would say. Yes, exactly. I am a troll. It seems we are on the same page. What do you want, Carcat? I actually genuinely forgot what Carcat wants from Jade. I mean, you are being patronizing and disingenuous to get a rise out of me, and that is really, really shitty. I am so tired of it. I am done talking to you forever. Bye, Carcat. It was awful knowing you. Wait, okay, look. I seriously, honestly don't know what you're talking about. You say your robot blew up and that was some sort of signal to message me? Yes, as if my day needed another reason to get worse. You probably didn't contact the right me. Alright. What does that mean? I mean, future me is probably the one to talk to about this, since it's all news to me. Is this another prank? Are you seriously the worst? You are seriously the worst at pranks. I don't play pranks. That's just juvenile nonsense. I do two things, and two things only. I devastate sorry motherfuckers and get shit done as an awesome leader. In this case, I am accomplishing the latter. Here, click this and we will solve the mystery together. Fruity Rumpus Asshole Factory. Carcat, open memo. What's she doing? What's she doing? What's going on here? So this is current Carcat and question mark Jade is talking to him. Hey, future me, what do you think about this exploded Jade bot business? Must be something really mission critical, or Jade wouldn't have bothered getting in touch with us, right? Something imperative to our survival, no doubt. Hey, douchebag, are you there? So, okay, so current car cat is trying to get in contact with possibly a future version. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me just check the chat real quick, see if anyone's wants to chime in. I guess not, but that's pretty much what I expected. Oh geez, why am I doing this? This is so stupid. Pipe down, Harley. This practically doesn't even concern you at this point. Blah, you're so funny. Nothing to say, future me? Not even a few parting words of scorn for me or the narcoleptic idiot? It's been a while since we've sparred. How I've missed the sweet sting of your barbs. Well, he really is his own worst enemy. Are you enjoying yourself, Carcat? Haha, you're so dumb. You actually think this is a ruse. You've come all this way and you still don't get that all the shit we've been telling you about is real. Why the fuck would I be pulling a stunt like this? What a waste of time. I really am talking to future me. He's just being an evasive tool. So it's kind of funny with the trolls because it's like, okay, it's like, what if trolls were being serious? Like, what if like internet trolls were actually, uh, an alien species, and everything they were telling us was actually true? But because like the whole like, oh, I'm a time traveler, right? You're gonna have to talk to the future version of me, and then you like trick a person into doing it. But in this case, the person's being completely serious. But if that happened in real life, it's like, no, they're just trolling you. And in this case, they are trolling because their species is called trolls. It's very funny. Now, where was I? Well, obviously, I know some things you've said are true. It's just hard to take everything at face value when you're always so nasty. Yeah. It's really amazing how behind the times you are. It's almost as if you've slept through this whole adventure. Oh, wait, that is essentially true. It was hilarious watching you grow up. You thought you had all the answers, frolicking all over your island, being infuriatingly chipper, building robo bunnies like a moron, and ultimately ruining everything. You were so sure your dreams told you everything you needed to know, and now look at you. You suddenly understand jack shit. So actually, now I think about it, it is kind of ironic that Jade, from the very beginning, has had future vision from her dreams. Like she knows things about the future, but she won't believe Carcat that Carcat there's different versions of Carcat depending on if you're talking to him from the present, the past, or the future. So yeah. Okay, I understand that you are another group of players and you are in some sort of trouble, but maybe if you had been nice to me instead of terrorizing me all those years, I would have believed you and we could have worked together to solve your problems as well as ours. It just makes me sad to think that's probably impossible now because you are so angry and stubborn. Don't tell me what's impossible because I'm angry and stubborn. I fucking know what those assets make possible. They made you possible. Got it? Uh huh. Do you even have any idea how lucky you are to be graced by my divine fury? To have the privilege of getting to be studied and mocked by me for your whole pathetic, miserable life? Do you realize I'm your god? Yes, your literal god. That's right. Sure, Carcat, whatever you say. I hope God's not. If there is a God, I hope he's nothing like Carcat. But he probably is. And I have taken time out of my busy, godly schedule to scrutinize your pointless existence. Out of the countless trillions of life forms I brought into reality through angry grubfuck power alone, I have selected you for examination and harassment. Personally, I think that warrants a little gratitude. and just maybe a bit of deference. A curtsy, perhaps. I nearly said crusty, perhaps. But yeah, go ahead and keep blowing me off like the flaky little twerp you are. Finally, the future guy, 3 hours from now, responded. Hey, don't talk to her like that, you uncouth piece of shit. This is reflecting poorly on both of us. It's goddamn embarrassing. Wow, he really, three, 3 hours from now, he had some sort of character development. Oh, wow, another miracle. It must be, para Perigese ease, because get a load of this huge behemoth, leaving that just got dragged in. What? Jay, our duty is clear. We must deck this turd to the nines. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually thought that was a clever thing to say. What a dipshit. Ah, what the hell? Jade, I'm sorry about past me's behavior. I'm not going to drag out a huge apology or anything because I already apologized in an earlier conversation, okay? I'm just letting you know. God damn it, are you serious? I mean, am I serious? Will I be serious about this shit? Will I really back down like a limp fronted stooge? Please tell me you're joking. Please just shut up. I can't, I can't believe I ever thought future me was the stupid one. Past me is the dumbest bucket of festering discharge I ever fell ass backwards into. Come on, you know this to be true. Remember all the past us's we used to talk to? They were even faster than you and therefore dumber. Yeah, yeah, I remember all those dipshit, those dumb shit past us's, but they don't hold a fucking jackass candle to future us's. Okay. And you're the futurist me I ever had the crotch blistering misfortune of joining with, so the fuckhead trophy goes to you. I mean, my god, why? Proximity to that nasty looking space time rip on the timeline messing with your head? Is that what's causing you to feel pity for this imbecile? Look, Jade's not that bad, okay? You just got too worked up and you can't see that. And now all this frothing pandemonium jumping out of your mouth is just ridiculous overcompensation for your own shortcomings and mistakes, and masking some feelings you're not really in touch with. This is also obvious. I'm flushing like a motherfucker in embarrassment having to explain it to you, and even worse, remembering having it explained to me by the smart one 3 hours ago and still acting like a moist globe even after being so soundly schooled. I don't believe this. Please tell me this is a joke. You said you said so yourself. We don't joke around. It's juvenile, remember? I'm going to vomit. I'm making a mental note to slap myself 3 hours from now for being enough of a sap to start developing red feelings for a dumb, annoying human. Wait, is that what's going to happen? If I'm reading between the lines correctly, I just slapped myself. I remembered my lame note to myself from 3 hours ago and slapped myself specifically to mock you. It stings too. You'll feel it in a while, and then the ghost of past me will cry. Past me doesn't even exist anymore. He's a stupid bowling wiggler phantom. He's dead. Not a real guy anymore, like me. I'm the real one. You're the fake, a shadow of a sad memory that pissed its pants while screaming. Time to deal with it. So, current Car Cat is banning future Car Cat. and he's unbanning himself. That future self unbans himself. Um, and now future self is banning the current one, and current self is unbanning himself from responding. Okay. I can't take this anymore. I don't even know what I'm reading here, but it's preposterous. And I've had it. I am just so angry. I can't believe I let you push me around all those years. You are completely out of your mind. I was too nice by just blocking you and typing frowny faces and stuff. I should have let you have it. Yes, let this fucker know the score, Jade. This is how we roll. Shut up, Future Car Cat. If you really are Future Car Cat, where do you get off thinking you can just suddenly act like we're pals because you said you apologized? If you want to apologize, then great. I am all ears, but just mentioning it offhand and then yelling at yourself the same way you yell at me all the time, as if I need a knight to come save me from yourself, is so lame. No, that is really lame. Not to mention completely insane. Yeah, that was insane. Everything I've read just then was probably the most insane thing that's happened in this series so far. Now, where was I? Uh, mentioning it offhand, yelling at yourself. Yeah, insane. I can't I can't even believe the things I'm typing here. This is so stupid. Talking to two of you at once is the worst thing imaginable. You treat everyone horribly, even yourself. I can't even fathom how awful it is to be you. Pascake, you're acting like a bigger jerk than he is, and I think you know that. Why don't you take his advice and grow up? As if there's even a real difference between you two. 3 hours is hardly any time at all. You are the same person, you fucking idiots. Oh shit. Yes, that was great. We both had it coming, especially him. Great work, Jade. Stop it! I don't know what's worse, jerk car cat or goofy sycophant car cat. I can't stand it. Whether you're trying to be nice or just being a crazy asshole, you are just so weird. I'm through humoring you. I don't even care about this stupid exploded robot mission, whatever that was. Oh, right, about that. Yeah, we need to talk. I mean, we have already from my perspective, but you're going to be really busy soon because you're about to enter your session. So don't worry about it until you do. Then just hit me up. We'll talk about it. Haha, fat chance. Look, I know things are weird between us right now, and you have every right to be mad, especially at that loser, but things will change in time. You'll see I'm not quite so awful, okay? Interesting. Oh, Turn Tech God is here. Oh God. Dude, I can't believe. Wait, let me try to find the Dave voice. Oh God, dude, I can't believe you were just getting on our case about hitting on the troll girls, and then literally the very next memo, you are slobbering all over Jade. That's just perfect. And banned. Dave, wait, don't go. You've got to save me from this insanity. Oh, I see. Now you could use a knight. How very interesting. God, I can't wait for you to be future you. Slightly less future you is such a goddamn pill. I can't wait for future you to future kiss my ass. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What? I also can't wait for past you to pass, drop dead, and go to hell past tense. When are those things going to happen, or will have already past future happened? What? I want to put another reminder on my finger so I know when it's time to throw a party. You hear that, you obsolete pile of garbage? Jade just flipped you off with a colorful finger. She's flipping you off too. Man, she obviously hates you more. She called you a sycophant, which is 100 times worse than 100 times more descriptively worse than just being a run-of-the-mill scumbag like me. She is totally onto you and how despicable you've become. You can't you blame her for hating us? No, I can't. No, I can blame you. You're the one with no manners who's all twisted up inside. How's this for a pact, everybody? Past Carcat only talks to Past Jade from now on, and the two of them can bicker like shitty little children for hours, years, respectively. And Future Carcat only talks to Future Jade. That's how it should have been from the beginning. An arrangement wherein only intelligent discourse takes place between two civilized, mature, grown ass adults. Is that too much to ask? Jigas, hang on. Jigas, will you just ban me already? My head hurts so bad now I think I'm going to cry. Poor Jade. Maybe you should just ban her already and end this torment since you dragged her into this. Fuck that, you ban her. You're the one who seems to care. Will you shut your mouth, man? Man, will you shut your mouth? Man the fuck up and ban this poor girl already. I will just ban myself. Jade Harley banned herself from responding to the grumpy shithead misery zone and is never coming back. Wish you ceased responding. Okay, there, she's gone. Maybe now you get it. How hideous everyone thinks you are. Maybe you'll finally stop fucking everything up. Huh? What? Huh? What? I think I was probably wrong about Jade. She's a little less lame than I thought. Shh. She can still read this, you stupid fuck. Nah, now's not the time to open your veins and write poems about your feelings. Fuck you, I'm just voicing a harmless observation, okay? It's not my business if some lunkhead in the future gets carried away with whatever little thoughts I may or may not now be thinking. But how could that even be? How could that even be a real thing? I typed 3 hours ago. How could I be this stupid? We are just the dumbest fuckers who ever lived, aren't we? Speak for yourself. I don't even have the energy to ban us. I'm just leaving. Alright, I'm going to save it there for now. Because I've read for an amount of time that I was aiming to, and I'm glad I got a new animation to use next week. That was very enjoyable. And I'm glad we got to see Jack again because I've been wondering about when Jack will come back and how he'll be reincorporated back into the story again. And yeah. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you. I'll continue again next Saturday. I don't think I have any plans next week, so I should be streaming Homestuck at a normal time. All right, bye for now.
Bye.